over 10 amazing albums and countless other works, your progression and development is truly astonishing. How important is it for you to continuously find innovative new ways to express yourself?
I think this it's the basic necessity because I feel that every time I need to establish a new perspective in my work, and I don't like the idea of repeating something that I've done before. So this is something that I feel every time I have to start from a new perspective, from a new path, and find a new idea and new blood and live for the first time again.
How do you feel like being so immersed within your craft? I mean, you're in the Italian countryside in your studio. What's your level of focus like?
Well, when I compose, I really need to focus on the work. Maybe, of course, there are moments where you unexpectedly there is an idea that comes out and it's already has its shape and it's already magically formed. Other times you need really to dive into the work, and so you need space, time, and concentration.
Sometimes the phases are not clear for you, and sometimes it's a bit hazy. How do you overcome the feeling of being restricted? When you feel restricted with your music, how do you overcome that?
This happens a lot of times, and when it was happening before, years ago, I didn't know if it was a block that was going to disappear at a certain point. Now I know that if you keep going, there is a moment where the fog, the haze will disappear and the sun will arrive, and I think this is part of the process, the creative moments where everything looks dark and black, and soon, maybe the day after that, it will be sun.
Your latest offering entitled Elements, I wanted to talk to you about this. There's such a wide range, so much diversity, and you always seem to evolve, with your albums. And the songs, there's a song called the title song Elements, and the song Twice. They seem to offer a more experimental side. Is it key for you to give each song an individual identity?
Yes, I think it's. I mean, every piece of music has to have its specific elements, very precisely shaped, and you have to focus on the sound that. On the right sound that is able to create the good frame for this piece of music. For example, the piece you mentioned, the piece Elements, and the piece came quite easily out. But then it took me a while to find, for example, one instrument that arrived at the end. That is there's an electric guitar that is pointing out like a beat to the piece that is going through the piece. And at the beginning I was thinking about the violin, and I started to try this part with the violin, but it never arrived to give me the good, was never good for me. I tried different violinists, different violins, and it was so at the point I thought, okay, maybe let's try with the guitar, and the guitar was good.
I have to ask you about another song. There's a brilliant song entitled Night. I mean, again, the layers, the texture, the strong crescendos. How do you go about forming something so profound? How did you arrange this composition?
Well, also this is there's an electronic part that goes through the piece that was there since quite a few years, and I had this sound in my desk, in my computer, and I never knew, I never found the project where I could develop this loop. Then when I had the project of the elements in front of me, I was selecting ideas before going through new material, and I said, "Hey, I have this sound. This could be a sound that could very much fit into this project." So after this loop, I started to compose the piano part, and then I felt, but now I need strings, because there is this moment where it would be absolutely beautiful to introduce a string orchestra. And at the beginning, it was not in the project, because when everyone was asking me what is going to be the new album, it would be probably very spare sounds, maybe piano, but nothing more. Then I started to introduce a string orchestra, and so I went with the wave of my desires and creativity, and the wave came big once during the process.
How important is it for you to offer a different view for your live performances as you continue to progress with your career?
Well, the concert is a different thing. When you're recording, you generally you have the possibility nowadays to have whatever you want to. If you want to add a certain point, a bell from the Cathedral of Rotterdam, you can, like I did in this album, you can place it. And of course, in the concert, you have to select. The group is smaller, and so you have to re-explore the music in a different way, which is also is nice for me, because it's not just repeating what I've already done, but it's also like recreating the same music with a different approach. So I'm going to rehearse with the group, and probably the process will be like remixing the music and to propose it in a different way.
Reading comments, your music seems to, really touch people. I mean, what's it like for you to be able to offer a chain of inspiration with your vast body of work?
Well, this is fantastic, because I basically, it's something that I search in music from the others. So when I get inspired by the work of someone else, it's fantastic, because it's like a nutrition for the spirits, for your imagination, it's like an elevation music. And I'm very happy that I contribute to that with my music, and when I feel that people feel better, they go through a dark personal period, and my music is helping them to see some light. It's very good.
Your work seems to transcend genres, and your work is featured with the BBC, Top Gear, in movies with J. Edgar, Intouchables, Made in England. It seems to be the perfect fit for sport, montages, TV reels, and movie trailers. What's that like for you to know that your music is the perfect fit for so many things?
I don't know. I always try to understand why it works so well for different things and with images. Maybe I think the fact that there is a sort of essential approach, and the sounds, there's never too much. There is a space between things. It's like a room that is not overwhelmed by things. So if you there's a space for the others, and this is the space where people find their space to think, to write, and probably it's the space also for the images.
You're widely renowned as one of the world's finest composers. As you head forward, what are the key aspects that you want to maintain and stay true to?
There is honesty in what I do, that I try to keep, even if things become bigger and more people are are coming to my shows, but I like to keep the same idea of communicating and my ideas in the simplest way that I already followed from the beginning.
Outside of music, how do you like to unwind? How do you enjoy life outside of music?
I like a very simple life. I like to forget about myself and mix myself between the others and go enjoy just buying food and cooking food, taking care of the garden and walk and just enjoy life as everyone does.